risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your host as always, Jeff, except for when I'm not the host. And then this lovely gentleman steps in, Tarek.
Hello, people of the internet wrestling community. How are you this fine week?
And Mr. Brian.
The WrestleMania hangover is over. We've got our host back. The sickness, the physical, and the technical
and the emotional
aspects of the hangover are gone. We are here. It's another week in wrestling. Blah.
Yeah.
And with the WrestleMania hangover slowly disappearing, you can definitely feel everything is coming back to the real world, and we're just like, oh no, it's getting back to what we don't like about what's going on in wrestling. And this past Raw showed it.
It's getting back to the same old shit.
I don't think it was quite that bad yet, but hey, we're going to get to that. We're going to cross that bridge when we come to it, as usual. But in the meantime, let's kick it off with the way we always kick things off, with a little bit of backstage news.
All right, fool, let us peek behind the curtain and check in on a little
backstage news.
I actually wanted to be a part of it this time.
Yay!
Yay!
And we're done. That's it.
Alright, well, talking about mourning losses here, we do have to bring up, of course, the retirement of one Miss AJ Lee. This really came out of left field.
Well, not really in my book, since we've been leading up to this for a while now. Started with CM Punk leaving, and everyone thought AJ was going to leave after him, but that didn't happen. Then she goes down with the neck injury, and I have two trains of thought as to why this happened. Okay, either she got so annoyed with... She's the only one who called out Stephanie McMahon on that Give Divas a Chance deal. So either she was done with the company and was like, I'll go through WrestleMania and then I'm done. Deal, like she did it the way it's supposed to be done instead of what CM Punk did, or the neck injury was worse than we thought. And she was like, I don't want to become the next Edge. Went too long with this neck injury, can no longer wrestle at all, so she retires so that she's able to walk, have children, do that deal without pain and all that noise. So it's either one of the two. This wasn't a surprise to me at all. It's been coming for a while.
Yeah, it's just, I guess it was just a timing and sort of caught me off guard. Like, it was just after the Raw after WrestleMania, and all of a sudden, boom, this happens. It just struck me as a little odd and a little, maybe not out of nowhere, but I believe the term would be more abrupt than anything else.
Well, for me, I thought she would have been gone a lot sooner.
Right.
I was actually expecting her to be gone after that whole Bella spray her with the spray tan, and that was the last we saw of her. That was the way of her going out. I thought immediately after that, she was gone. Either on her terms or on WWE's terms, it didn't matter. I thought she was gone then. And then when she came back to help Paige, I was like, whoa, I was actually not expecting this. So I guess she just wanted to come back just so she can get one more WrestleMania under her belt.
Payday.
Have one more WrestleMania moment.
And it really wasn't that big of a moment. It was only 5 minutes to my calculations.
It was pretty rough.
It was pretty rough, but it was in the middle of a WrestleMania that had my attention the entire time, and that's very hard to do. So I was like, even a 5-minute Divas match for me wasn't really a letdown because I was locked in. Because most of the time when the Divas come on or something dumb comes on, I'm like, I'm gonna go outside, get some fresh air. Don't pause the pay-per-view. Keep it going. I'm not missing anything by going outside and not watching this match. For this pay-per-view, I was locked in. Everything, nothing was paused. Nothing was go outside, walk around, don't give a crap worthy. That's even the Divas match. It was 5 minutes long, and I was locked in, and that is really hard for me to get into a Divas match on pay-per-view.
I see what you're saying, but at least in terms of that particular Divas match, I went in just because the pacing of the rest of the pay-per-view was strong enough. I felt the same way, but at the end of the day, I just didn't think the match itself was anything to write home about.
For me,
I agree.
For me, the title match between Paige and Eva Bella Boobs actually was a lot more entertaining than this one.
And the singles match between AJ and Eva Bella Boobs the week before was even better than Paige versus Nikki Bella.
I agree.
Versus Eva Bella Boobs. So you would expect something more, but they got what they got. Boom. And it didn't hurt the pay-per-view, in my opinion. So
yeah, true. But even so, I was still shocked going back to AJ's retirement. Again, I don't think any of us are shocked that it happened. Personally, I just thought it was the timing of it that was the one thing that really caught me off guard.
Honestly, the fact that she didn't retire like right after WrestleMania, I was like, okay, so she's in it for the long haul. And then she had the match on Raw, and I was like, really? Okay. And then it came down on Friday, AJ Lee's done, and I was like,
there it is.
And now with that door closed, we got to look on to what the next book has in store for us, with apparently Naomi getting the big push.
Or at least they'll try.
At least that's what they're going for. At least that's how I
Well,
look
let's
at
face it. She's getting a title match in which she'll probably lose.
So I guess it's without any shadow of a doubt who's going to win that Divas Battle Royal next week that they announced last night on Raw.
It's almost guaranteed to be Naomi.
Yeah.
She got the pin on Nikki Bella in the 6 Diva match. Then she had a whatever that was on Raw. Okay. So they're building a feud that will go to Extreme Rules. They'll have a match. Nikki Bella will probably win, and then we'll go right back to... Because no one is winning that title unless it's Paige. Almost guaranteed. Paige will be the one to take the title off of Evil Bella Boobs. I'm saying it now. But
I'm going to make a bold prediction. In the Divas Battle Royal, I'm going to make a prediction. There's going to be a dark horse winner. Charlotte wins.
If they bring her up from NXT, which
I
is
think
probably
there's a
likely.
strong chance that might happen.
Apparently,
it's one way to do it anyway.
Apparently, Vince McMahon watched Sasha Banks versus Charlotte, the title match at Access, fell in love.
With which one? With both of them?
Both of them.
Okay, because I'm like,
that's
one of them?
That is so... I wouldn't be surprised to see either or both up in the WWE in the near future.
Just Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
Oh yeah, well
it was just the two of them facing off against each other for the NXT Divas title at the NXT Access event. Vince McMahon actually sat down for the first time ever and watched an NXT Divas title match.
I remember this story, yes.
And fell in love. So hopefully, okay.
One of me.
Hopefully, he takes what he saw during that match. What he saw during that match and applies it to his actual Divas division in his actual company. We'll see. But I can see Charlotte, because she's not the champion, will be the first one to come up. We'll see Sasha Banks soon. But I think they've built Naomi too strong in the last couple weeks to have her lose this Battle Royal.
I agree. I definitely think it's going to be Naomi going for a title match.
Charlotte can come up in May when the whole Naomi thing is done. That's it. And then we'll go from there. But as for the Divas division right now, looking like it's Naomi getting the big push with Paige waiting in the background and the Bella twins holding court.
And all it stemmed from AJ leaving.
Yep.
Doors opened for divas that are still around.
Doors opened, and Naomi is no slouch
And
when it comes to in-ring work, so I'll go with it for now.
For AJ, whatever you do in the future, have fun with it.
Have fun with it. You're like in your late 20s and you're retired. Good for you.
Yeah, I think she's actually 28.
Yeah, and you're retired. You're done. You have enough money. You have enough confidence in yourself that you can quit at 28.
And don't forget, she also has her autobiography coming up.
Book signing soon.
Yeah. Money, 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 money.
Oh, and you better believe a woman like that has a story to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, she's a Jersey girl. How bad can she be?
From fellow members of New Jersey, we wish you the best, AJ.
We wish you the best in your future endeavors. Thanks for the...
Please don't do that.
Thanks
we
for
mean it.
And we actually mean it.
It's like,
AJ, Jersey girl, we all collectively, as the scholars, salute you.
Thanks for the memories.
See you on the flip side. And hopefully in Ridgewood for a book signing. And before we move on backstage news, Tough Enough is back.
whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
June 23rd, 8 p.m. on the USA Network. We're getting it back.
Now,
Nah.
are they doing it like the
Reality show or the...
like the reality show or the one that they just...
The reality show.
Okay.
Well, the last one they did was the reality show. The one before that was the whole like segments on Raw and SmackDown, something similar to the first season of NXT.
Because I was fine with the way they did it when it was a reality show.
Right.
If it's taking up time on my WWE programming, then it can fuck off my screen. That's it. That's it.
Really, the only thing I could say to it is, why? What Tough Enough superstar actually made an impact in WWE?
The Miz. John Morrison.
Well, I'm talking about winners.
I thought John Morrison did win.
Did Morrison win? I don't think he did. Did he win?
Did the Miz win? No.
Him and Matt Capitelli won.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, where are they now? Gone.
Johnny Mundo is in Lucha Underground.
Exactly.
And
not
Matt
in
Capitelli.
WWE. Not in WWE.
But more importantly, he's also the Russian guy in Wrestling Isn't Wrestling.
Very
Which
true.
is the most important thing.
There you go.
See?
But I'm just saying.
And Andy Levine could have probably done something if he didn't get caught with steroids 2 weeks after he made
his win?
Yeah.
Silent Rage.
Okay.
Silent Rage, get a Stone Cold Stunner, and we never see him again.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point. Really, there hasn't been a winner that made an impact.
Maven beat The Undertaker.
in the Royal Rumble!
And beat him for the hardcore title.
It doesn't, but it's still... Did he get any farther? Hell, NXT has obviously made more superstars than Tough Enough.
Up. What about Naomi? Or not Naomi, what's her name?
Nydia?
No, not Nydia. Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Son of a... No!
I'm done.
We're out.
We're out.
It's over.
It's like, we are the scholars and you have business school. Goodbye.
We can't even talk anymore.
I'm done with you.
My takeover of the show is complete.
Oh my god.
Stone Cold wanted to kick a woman.
Is even Stone... I think Stone Cold's not even on it. He's not hosting because he has his own Skull Challenge.
Oh yeah, Broken Skull.
Yeah,
Broken
they had negotiations. He wanted to do it, but it coincided with his Broken Skull.
With his Broken Skull Challenge, and yeah.
And he makes more money off of that than doing, which is out of control. He makes more money doing that than he did doing Tough Enough.
So yeah, like I said, why do we even bother?
Well, we'll see. They just got announced, so we'll see how they bring in viewer interest.
It's as relevant as the Diva search.
And guess what?
Hey.
That's coming back too.
You shut your whore mouth.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's still gonna probably mean nothing.
Oh please!
It's gonna mean nothing except some pretty stuff to look at. That's it.
Oh dear.
And then you look at it, you look at them, and then they're gonna go into a contest, and you're like, no, I'm done. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
The contest they're only going to be really focusing on is another musical chair segment.
Oh, please. Just stop. Just stop. All right, I need to get all this madness out of my
You
mind.
started this.
Bunny contest, man.
Hey, I didn't take it to the Diva Search, all right? I blame you guys for that.
Hey, Tough Enough is just as relevant.
You brought up Alicia Fox versus Melina. You deal with whatever we
No,
talk
that
about.
ex-Funkadactyl brought it up. But anyway, that's beside the point.
I love that we don't even remember her name.
Cameron.
Thank you. Wow, it only took us 5 minutes.
And you know the sad thing? She was on Raw.
Well, only with a backstage segment.
Well, to be fair, she was also sharing the screen with Summer Rae and
Kane.
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 And Natalia, who in her new outfit is looking pretty darn fine, I must say.
Yeah.
And still loses to a midget.
Hey,
Yep.
but I feel like me as a wrestling viewer actually won somehow. So it's okay. It all evens out.
Okay.
But you know what? I need to wash this taste of the Diva Search out of my mind here.
Drink some of that clear liquid, fool.
I will. Give me a second. Oh,
Cheers.
cheers. Clear liquid. Yay.
Ah, the power of the clear liquid.
Flower of clear liquid. You know what? Let's wash it down with a little bit of Japan. New Japan report. Here we go.
Yay.
Washing it down with Japan. Huh?
Yes, the entire nation of
Where's
Japan.
my sake?
Sake? Is he drunk? Not drunk. I am underage.
In jokes. Okay, speaking of underage,
I need to take my
I know
medicine.
we're talking. Shut up. I believe a couple of weeks ago we were talking about that tournament in the New Japan Cup.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe I actually called the winner of that.
You
One
did.
Kota Ibushi.
Yes, we all remember the loss of DVD Phil.
Yes, the loss of DVD.
How is DVD Phil?
Well, on this past pay-per-view, what's it called? Invasion Attack. He was actually in a tag match. Him and DVD Phil and one other guy versus Japanese John Cena and some other guy.
I'm having a weird question on
So-
who his partner was. It's like you're building suspense, or do you really not know who the partner is?
I really don't remember. All I know is DVD Phil lost.
Oh,
Aww.
That's
We
it.
always love jobbers. What is wrong with that?
Well, hey, to be fair, I think it's because most of our American jobbers don't squash John Cena with a roll-up in 3 minutes.
Oh, true.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, at least Toru Yano, DVD Phil, is booked to look like he can actually win a match every once in a while. So anyway, this all led up to the main event. Kota Ibushi won a title match against AJ Styles. AJ Styles retains.
Woo!
Yay.
Styles.
Styles clash.
Styles clash.
Styles. Thumbs down on that one. Nice. Styles clash.
Styles clash. I bet part of me wanted to see Ibushi win, but whatever.
Ibushi.
It was a match. But anyway, that wasn't even the biggest. What?
It was a match.
It was just a
It was there.
Most people consider it a little underwhelming considering what they were building up to, but
Oh, so the build-up was a lot more satisfying than the actual match itself.
It seemed like that, or at least the match itself when they delivered was a little bit on the underwhelming side.
So the opposite of the WrestleMania pay-per-view.
Yeah, pretty much.
On some parts, yes.
But you know what? That wasn't the best news coming out of New Japan
What is
this
that?
week.
What's the best news?
Have you heard of a little thing called the G1 Climax?
Yes, I have.
What do you know about the G1 Climax?
Isn't it some kind of tournament?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know.
I've heard tell of it. I've never actually seen it, but I've read news on older G1 climaxes.
Yes, this is something, of course, as a mostly American viewer, I need to look up to. And this is another case where I know some of the conversations we've had about, oh, what if they brought back King of the Ring? Oh, what if they did this? Oh, they should do this at the end of the King of the Ring. They should make it bigger. It seems like this is another case where we've thought of it, but Japan's thought of it like decades
Also,
ago.
they thought about it as well.
Yes. Oh, get this. G1 Climax is a not just like a regular King of the Ring tournament. This is a gigantic tournament that spans
Multiple promotions?
Yeah, isn't there like isn't
spans
it like
multiple promotions
64 guys?
I believe the final number hasn't been confirmed yet. I believe the rumored number I heard is 40.
Damn.
It's a giant tournament that spans a month. It's 19 shows going from the middle of July to the middle of ending in the middle of August, right before SummerSlam.
Huh.
40 guys, 19 matches all across the country.
And what do they get out of it?
Well, first of all, they're competing for points, and they're like broken up into like 2 to 4 divisions. Everyone's competing for points. Everyone gets like 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, no points for a loss.
Uh-huh.
And then I think everyone in each division who gets the most points goes on to another mini tournament where whoever wins that sucker wins the title of course, I won the G1 Climax. Plus, they also win a title match in the main event at Wrestle Kingdom 10.
Damn.
Which also has to be defended all year, from what I hear. So yeah, pretty much every crazy idea we ever thought of over the past 5 years has already been done.
Merged into one big
multiple times every year.
One big complicated tournament points collecting mess.
and this is going to be G1 Climax 25.
Damn.
It goes back 25 years and even longer if you count its predecessors, which has been won by the likes of Hulk Hogan once, Andre the Giant twice, Antonio Inoki like 8 million times because he ran the place. And it was absolutely... the more I keep reading about this thing, and the more insane it sounds.
And it's just more insane that WWE does not do anything with cross promotions, because I would love to see them get involved with something like this.
Hey, if the closest I think we're going to see to that is there's the heaviest rumor I've heard is that Alberto Del Rio, the now Alberto Al Patron, since he's sort of on the independent circuit with AAA and Ring of Honor, there's rumors that he's going to be in this thing.
That doesn't help me. That doesn't help what I said.
Hey, look at it this way. Alberto El Patron in a setting where he can actually be used to the best of his ability. So he's not booked to wrestle Sheamus every month.
Okay.
So he can wrestle and not speak.
Yay.
So we don't...
Woo!
Hey, just think of it. We can actually get the exciting match of Alberto El Patron versus DVD Phil. It can happen.
Go DVD Phil. Kick his ass.
DVD Phil, you'll probably lose in the first round, but hey! DVD Phil.
Oh, man. Just the prospect alone is looking interesting. It looks like they've got 3 events like every week.
Damn.
Every week all through the summer. It looks absolutely insane.
I might have to
look into this.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Look up events of yesteryear of the G1 Climax. I'm sorry, my perverted mind giggles in my head every time I say that.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way.
Now it's only in because you said something.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. The last year's G1 Climax, Dave Meltzer said it was the best wrestling tournament he's ever seen in history.
Damn.
Wow.
Which is why...
Hefty praise.
I know, that's what I said. And that's also, by the way, the reason why Rainmaker Okada got into the main event of this year's Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Huh.
So that's how he got there.
So it's pretty much like a King of the Ring meets Royal Rumble by accounts of getting the main event and the top pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's like every crazy idea we've ever had here in the States all combined into one crazy mess. And it looks absolutely amazing.
Mess. My God.
Considering for a lot of people here in the States it's going to be their first G1 Climax, it's going to be a lot going on. So,
and we're all
I know you're thinking of something over there. We're all overdue for a climax, I can tell.
Oh my god!
I can see this guy over here. You've got that look on your face, like I am swimming in a pool of punchlines. I need to dive right in. Please set me up.
No, and then he took it from me. So
well, you didn't
I'm
say
done
nothing,
now.
so I had to take it from you.
Well, I'm done now.
I had to take a climax.
We're all overdue for a climax. It's done.
My God, he was just swimming in a pool full of giggles.
Yes,
it's just slowly
giggles.
building up to one big laugh out loud.
You might even say like it was a climax in and of itself.
Stop! My God, dear God, it's just.
Just think about it. The most prestigious tournament in the wrestling world, and we're just going to make erection jokes.
Penis.
Such is the Scholars of Wrestling show.
Hey, Dave Meltzer said it was the best one last year. It was the best climax he'd ever seen.
It was the best. It was the best experience he's ever witnessed in one big giant climax.
It was the best climax he's ever witnessed.
Okay, now
climax of a good time.
Okay, now I'm starting to realize why they're not coming over to the States.
Because we're just terrible.
Yes, we enjoy our climaxes
it's all our fault.
If that's what you name your tournaments, that's the kind of shit you're going to get from the States. Okay.
Oh,
that's
dear.
it.
Wrestling tournament equals penis jokes.
What heck have I wrought?
You should have just let it go, man. You should have just let it go.
I can't let my climaxes go. I need to share my climaxes with others.
Okay, now I see why they don't bring it over here.
We're going to get banned from YouTube forever.
It's YouTube. You can say what you want.
But before we do, let's go through this week's episode of Monday Night Raw.
In other words, same old shit.
I thought it was better than the average episode of Raw. At least what we got before WrestleMania.
It was good wrestling.
It was just an average. It was like I said at the beginning of the show. The WrestleMania hangover is slowly going away, and we're getting back into the real world.
Yeah, but
Here's
the
the
high
deal.
hasn't come down yet, I don't think.
Here's the deal, okay? I've seen Randy Orton versus Kane so many times. I've seen Roman Reigns versus The Big Show apparently 12 times this year alone in the 3 months that we've gone through. Okay? This is your main event scene. That's why I'm saying same old shit. Okay? The wrestling is there. It's good. It's just the same thing I've been seeing for 3 months. After WrestleMania is the time when storylines are supposed to reset. New things are supposed to happen. Seth Rollins versus Neville. Great stuff. John Cena rebuilding the prestige of the U.S. title with his open challenges weekly on Raw. Love it. Okay, because it's getting the United States title prestige.
Yeah, seriously.
I know you said you wanted Dean Ambrose to win last week, but it's...
You know what? I'm sorry. I know we're going a little bit out of order from what we traditionally do here, but I gotta go out on a limb here as far as John Cena and U.S. title is concerned. This, at the rate we're going, is like one of my favorite things on Raw right now.
Exactly.
As he just keeps doing these open challenges, it's benefiting everybody.
It's like
elevating the U.S. title. He's using John Cena actually effectively in a fresh manner for once in years, and everyone's looking really competitive. Whoever they pair against John Cena, and whoever ends up winning that title, whoever it is, it's going to look like a friggin' hero.
Because you've got the last 2 weeks.
It's great.
The last 2 weeks. Okay, you've had Dean Ambrose. Okay. People are saying he buried Dean Ambrose. Get your heads out of the sand, okay?
That was not a burial. It was a loss.
15 minutes, it was a loss, and it doesn't hurt Dean Ambrose at all. It actually makes him look better because he hung in there and almost beat John Cena. He just won the United States title. If you take the title off of John Cena in a day, the entire point of why you've given the title to John Cena in the first place is gone. Okay, the point they gave the United States title to John Cena so that you could build the United States title back up. Had great matches with Dean Ambrose and Stardust. Okay, guys that you would never see. Well, you've seen Dean Ambrose versus John Cena, but I mean, like guys like Stardust, you would never see face John Cena when he's in the World Heavyweight title picture.
No chance.
Not a chance. Now he's in the United States title picture. You see John Cena versus Stardust. You'll see things in the upcoming weeks where he's facing younger talent, which is the point. Okay, he'll have his rematch at Extreme Rules with Rusev. He'll beat Rusev again. I want to see a long title reign for John Cena doing these open challenges every week. Okay? I'd love to see him have the United States title till SummerSlam.
That would be glorious.
Okay, doing this open challenge stuff, and then have an up and comer, like maybe a Finn Balor.
I was just thinking Finn Balor. That would be the perfect way to call him up.
Have him do an open challenge for SummerSlam. Okay, and have Finn Balor come out and take it.
If not Finn Balor, Neville.
Yeah, it's like this is the perfect opportunity for these young guys to come up and just the title will be prestigious again. Same thing with the Intercontinental title.
Exactly. They can do the exact same thing with Daniel Bryan, which is why it's such a great move now that I see it in hindsight.
Oh yeah, that was the main reason why I was like, I'm okay with John Cena winning the United States title. I'm okay with Daniel Bryan winning the Intercontinental title. I'm okay with those two not being in the main event scene because now they can build up the mid card so that the mid card looks like main eventers going forward.
Don't you hate being right, Brian, all the time?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
I love it.
Are you sure? Are you sure you can't let me or Tarek be right sometimes?
Wait. How was I not right with this? I was just as much saying this as he was. How Cena and Bryan winning the mid-card titles to help build up prestige.
You did say that?
Yeah.
Oh, then can I be right sometimes?
All right.
Well, you are the one who said you wanted Dean Ambrose to win on Raw, and I was like, no!
Yeah. Can I be
No!
Right?
When it comes to that, no!
Granted, that was before I saw the bigger picture, but still, Dean Ambrose, man. Dean Ambrose.
I love Dean Ambrose too, but the bigger picture is you need to build up your secondary titles. You give the title to John Cena and have him lose it the next night? What's the point?
And now looking at what they've done for the past couple of weeks, you can really say that those two titles are now more interesting than what's going on in the World Heavyweight title picture.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because those guys, the matches that they've had the last 2 weeks have been the best matches on the card.
Oh, yeah, big time.
The entire time. So it's like, this is what you're supposed to do for your mid-card.
And now with Daniel Bryan not shown on Raw because he's selling the whole thing with Sheamus, which, speaking, we'll talk about that. Do we segue into that? Or can we just merge it?
It seems like we're already going that way.
I was like,
let's talk about Sheamus.
I guess we'll just talk about in general, just the mid-card titles as one big conversation.
Yeah, let's go.
And now there's that match with Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler on the Monday after WrestleMania. Awesome, one of the top matches on that show. And what you were saying with John Cena and Dean Ambrose, those two were really the best matches on that Raw. And now you bring in a fresh heel Sheamus, which I love.
I like it too.
I love his theme music. I both love and hate his new look.
I think it looks badass.
Tell
you the truth.
I think it's just for me something to that like, holy crap, this is something new, and I just have to sink in like, okay, it's something new, but now I just got to get used to it. But my first impression is, whoa, what the hell is this? He has a mohawk and his beard is a little longer with little braids. Whoa, what?
I'll tell you what, it would have been a terrible idea if he came back looking like that as a face. But since he's coming back as a heel, I'd say it works.
Oh, it
He's
works.
already getting the "you look stupid" chant, and he's running with it.
I said last week, if you've been looking at my Facebook and my Twitter, I said it on both. The best way to get instant heel heat on a return is to beat up the IWC Wonder Twins. Okay? You beat up Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, and you're automatically the second most hated guy in the company. First being Seth Rollins, obviously.
Hell, even I remember talking in the build for WrestleMania. I said Daniel Bryan's going to win, and I knew Sheamus was going to come back to heel. I just thought he was going to come back in different circumstances. I thought he was going to be a new member of the Authority and just be a new heel and have him feud with Daniel Bryan. I was half right. Just take out the Authority, and he's now his new look. And as Bryan said, the IWC Wonder Twins. And seriously, the Intercontinental title picture: Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Wade Barrett, and Sheamus. I love it. This is great stuff. And now they're building that Daniel Bryan. He got the stitches from SmackDown because of Sheamus, and they're slowly building on this Sheamus being awesome by destroying Mark Henry.
I want a fatal 4-way.
I want a fatal 4-way too, but right now it's just a singles match.
Right now it's Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett. I could get behind that because it'll be a great match. But in the future, at what's the Over the Limit? What?
I don't even remember.
Payback, whatever the main pay-per-view is. Okay, I would like to see a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title. Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Sheamus, Wade Barrett.
That will be a delicious cluster.
And like I said earlier, it is now building prestige to the mid-card titles, both of them, and it's hell of a lot better than what's going on in the WWE World Heavyweight title picture.
Bingo.
And just one more thing on the U.S. title. I read that they're actually making a new design title.
I heard that too.
I am all for this. I want to get rid of the current U.S. title because, better way of putting it, it's a toy. That's all it is. I can't take. That's probably one reason why I couldn't take the title the championship so seriously, is because it looks like a toy, and they're not really doing anything with it. Now they're doing something with it. Now take that one step next, and make it look like a prestigious title. They did it with the Intercontinental Championship, but I don't think there was really a point where it looked like a toy. All the designs for the IC title I loved, but the United States title I 100% approve.
Just watch. Next time it'll be like, yeah, I'm going old school. I'm throwing it back. I'm bringing back the U.S. Winter title.
Stop! I knew that's what you were doing. I'd rather have them bring back a altered version of the WCW U.S. title than the... God, why do you have to bring up the spinner belt? I've done it enough.
Different.
I've done it enough talking about it when for the whole build-up for WrestleMania. No. JBL destroyed that belt, and it will stay destroyed.
I would laugh hard, though. I would laugh hard while going, no.
If you saw the remake of The Longest Yard, where they first introduced the Great Cheese's character, they walk in and they just see him slamming his head on the wall with it busted open. That's gonna be me if they bring back the United States spinner belt. Just slowly beating my head into the wall. And it's like, no. I miss the Great Cheese.
Yeah. And you never thought you'd say that, did you?
I actually did say it before, and I'm just like, you know what? I think I miss more making fun of him than him himself. But yeah, mid-card titles are in the right direction. Thumbs up.
I agree. In the meantime, speaking of going in the right direction, this week we got Seth Rollins going over Adrian Neville. Not that they went over, but the match that ensued.
The match was awesome. It was everything that the first match between these two, like an up-and-comer against the World Heavyweight Champion, it was everything it should be. And then of course you're gonna have the BS ending.
Yeah, naturally, but still.
Naturally, but it was a good showing for Neville, and it was a good showing for both guys.
I was honestly expecting more of a John Cena versus Kurt Angle type of match. It wasn't that. It started off. I thought it started off like that once Neville did the awesome flip over the ropes and crash landed on Rollins, and then ran back in the ring because Patterson and Briscoe 2.0 showed up. And then for the rest of the match, when it came back from commercial, it's just like Rollins completely dominating over Neville. Neville started fighting back, then he's to get put down again, and then a reversal where it could happen, then the whole BS ending, which is a good thing that it happened because it doesn't devalue Neville. But there is one major factor that really, in a term, pissed me off. But I'm going to save that for later because the boiling point was later in the night. But, well, as for the match itself, it was a good match for Neville's first encounter with Seth Rollins, or his encounter with the champ. And yeah, I was expecting more like the Cena Kurt Angle match, but for what it was good. At least it showed that Neville is actually legit and he could stand up with the champ.
Oh yeah, he looked great. Again, I'm not always the biggest fan of he looks strong even at a loss. This is one of those rare cases where it actually worked out pretty well, I felt.
Do you get I definitely see. I'm actually kind of liking the whole sort of superhero-esque gimmick that he has when he comes out and it's like a flying thing coming to the earth and you see him with a cape. I'm like, You know what? I kind of approve this. When I first heard it was like going to be like a Mighty Mouse, I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous. But now really looking at what they're doing,
the man that gravity forgot.
I like that. I really do. That's a T-shirt, man.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I'm happy that they went with that and got away from Mighty Mouse.
Well, considering that we never really fully visualized what that would actually look like, the way they're doing it now, I like it. And besides, he's shorter, but since he's got that that Atlas physique, he actually does look like a superhero now.
He doesn't look like Mighty Mouse.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't look like Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
That is a good thing, and it's apparently a good thing. I'm gonna do a little transition here. It's a good thing that they actually did something right with a team that's supposed to be on the good team, but no, it's New Day turning heel.
I know. Finally, I was about to segue that. Thank you, Tarek.
Aha! I beat you to it.
Aha! Yeah, the Lucha Dragons of all people.
Does anybody actually care at this point?
Well, apparently,
the New Day.
Well, what are we talking about? The New Day or the Lucha Dragons beating the New Day?
What the whole thing was, it's like WWE doesn't really care about New Day either. Like they're trying to have they're doing the whole clap so they don't snap. I'm like, you know what? Catchy. I like it.
So
now what they need to do is bring in Dr. Shelby and have Big E snap on him, and that'll actually.
You just want to see Dr. Shelby come back.
I want to see Dr. because they're doing something similar to an anger management type thing. Don't snap, clap, don't snap, clap. Don't snap, and that honestly sounds like something a Dr. Shelby thing would do. So I like to see them actually getting in a match. We see Big E starting to snap, and out comes Dr. Shelby trying to remember what I taught you guys. Snap, clap, don't snap, and he's like, snap, snap, and then land, and that's the full official, the real official heel turn of the New Day, taking out Dr. Shelby.
I just love these promos that Big E is doing where he just looks like he's about to go absolutely insane and just start eating people. But he's just like,
I don't like the New Day, but I like you. Can I have your autograph?
Why, sure, little Billy. Grr.
Nom nom nom.
And I'm happy that the Lucha Dragons are getting some play.
I love the Lucha Dragons.
They're so good. Kalisto is amazing.
Kalisto was made for the main roster. Sin Cara or Hunakara, look, is where he should be as far as I'm concerned.
Actually, I think he fits perfectly with Kalisto right now. Keep them as the tag team, and they are working greatly. help revamp the tag team division, like what the Primetime Players are doing, making fun of all the tag teams. I like that too.
I'm so glad they're back too. I always liked the Primetime Players.
Oh yeah, me too. Millions of monies.
Millions of monies.
Millions of monies. But yeah, I like that the whole heel turn for the New Day was very subtle.
It is very subtle.
It was very
still
subtle.
Feels like it's still ongoing.
It's still it was still ongoing, and the Lucha Dragons taking the victory totally like overshadowed it. So it's like, oh, we see the hints of the heel turn, but no, it's still Lucha.
And meanwhile, that's starting to get over too. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Lucha Dragons. I loved watching them in NXT. I can't wait to see what's in store for the tag team division. And actually, Brian and I talked about this last week, that in a way, it's also a blessing. It's a mess that the at least one half of the Usos got injured. That's sidelined them, but it's also a blessing for other tag teams to actually really shine. Because if the Usos were still around, we probably wouldn't get all these like tag team moments for the tag teams that are slowly coming in. The Ascension, Lucha Dragons, New Day, the returning of the Primetime Players. And now with your top heel tag team with Cesaro and Kid, I love what's going on with the tag team division.
Really nicely. I love it. I'm actually excited to see tag team matches on Raw again.
No Los Matadores.
Ole, whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not showing up anywhere. I'm just like, you know what? I actually do prefer New Day because they're actually doing something. They're actually acknowledging the whole New Day sucks, and they're actually making it into a gimmick with the whole snap clap, snap clap, do a rap. I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever they're doing.
Snap, chop, do a rap, whatever.
Hickle, pickle, dickle, do.
Get out. Moving on. Later on in the card...
I'm sorry. Just go.
I know we were talking about it earlier. We touched upon it. Miz beating Mizdow by cheating by doing it. Personally, I don't see how this is... This can't be the end.
It's not.
No way.
He pinned him with the tights. If he pinned him clean, it would be over. But he pinned him with the tights. This isn't over until Mizdow goes over.
Okay, quick question. Then we'll move on. We all know the match is happening. When does it happen? Extreme Rules or some other time?
The way they're playing it right now, I could see it happening on a Raw.
I could see them just having it be a pre-show match for Extreme Rules.
Or a pre-show, yeah.
And it's such a shame because this storyline could actually have meant something. And I actually read this on a review for WrestleMania that they wasted a complete opportunity to have Mizdow win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and having it involved in their storyline where Miz steals the Andre the Giant statue saying that he won the match. He's the one that deserves of it, and continue this whole feud with Mizdow. That was a waste of potential that they could have done. And now, because it's actually at this point where I want to talk about something that really boiled me inside. And it was JBL and Booker T on commentary.
For this match?
For this match, and what was it that I actually with Neville? They don't even acknowledge that it was a dirty win for both of these matches. They actually moved on. They actually say, they don't acknowledge that J&J, because of J&J security involvement, that Neville lost. They talked about it when they were doing the highlights as if Seth Rollins got the upper hand in the match and won anyway without J&J's help. And now look at Miz and Mizdow. Yeah, Mizdow got roll up, and they even say Saxton even said, he's got the tights. But throughout the entire show, JBL and Booker T were kind of shooting down Saxton the whole of show, and they were just doing a terrible job. And
it seems to me that Vince McMahon told JBL and Booker T to go out and basically shoot down anything that Saxton was saying after Vince McMahon was so angry at Saxton about last week.
This just in, Vince McMahon is petty.
And, well, even so, for that one, shame on Vince McMahon for throwing a guy who's not even been in the company for a year. and just throwing him in the main show and expecting him to actually do something. The guy is still fresh. He's still brand new to this. The most he's been doing is just backstage stuff for like pre-shows and all that. What did you expect him to do for the main show? Give him time. Let him build up instead of completely shutting him down. Having JBL and Booker T look like complete a-holes and shutting him down. And then when you have the Miz and Mizdow match, yes, Saxton acknowledged that it was a dirty pin. Booker T and JBL were not. They were saying it's like, oh, tough luck, Mizdow, you shouldn't have left with the Miz. Now you got to go back and stepping stone. You're nothing now. Not only JBL said it because he's a heel, but even Booker T was saying it.
Well, Booker T is also historically, bad.
So now,
ducky.
And now it just made it so clear that it wasn't just Michael Cole, really that was really holding the commentary team down. It is all of them. They are all terrible. I would love to just go on JBL's Twitter right now and just say, is there any chance that you can actually try when you're on commentary?
As long as Vince McMahon's in their collective ears, I personally don't think so.
Even if he threatens to kick my ass for saying something like that, I'll be like, you know what? I can yes, you will kick my ass. You can kick my ass. Go right, all power to you because you're a strong dude. But it doesn't change the fact that you are putting down these shows. You are making the show hard to listen to. Most of the time, I like to put it on mute and just watch what's going on.
I've still got to believe in every single interview and every single report I've ever heard from anybody ever on commentary. Vince McMahon is just like shouting in your ear during the entire time. That's why Mick Foley isn't on commentary right now. Because he was on commentary for a few months and it's like, yeah, you know what? You've just got Vince McMahon in your ear all the time. And that story has been constantly repeated time and time again by everyone who's ever done an interview, who's ever sat at that commentary desk.
It's just a complete shame that Vince...
It's being just horribly mishandled. You could argue that Michael Cole was never all that great, but you know what?
If honestly, you've got Vince...
He's a product of his environment, and so is the rest of the commentary team. I'm convinced.
And now that is just like... there is no chance for this commentary team to be saved. I like Brian Saxton. I actually think the kid has a future. Because I think he looks like an actual play-by-play guy. And he actually does pretty well on SmackDown.
And the whole thing last week, he was trying to play up...
And he was trying to play... exactly!
He was trying to play up the somber nature. His
colleagues
just got annihilated by Brock Lesnar. So he's going to play it low-key. He's going to play it somber.
And apparently Vince hated it. And you know what? Give the kid a try before you can automatically shut him down. He wasn't that bad. Was he great? No. But that's because he's a fresh face. He's brand new. Like I said, he wasn't even in the company for a year. And you're automatically saying, oh, he's terrible. And they're so high on Renee Young that they're saying they're going to put her on
Why didn't you throw her out there?
And they're saying they want to put her on the main Raw commentary team. And my response is, I don't think she's even close to that. I like Renee, but she is nowhere near close to being on the Raw commentary team. She's in the same level as Saxton. And if you threw Renee in there, she would have been just as green. And it just doesn't help. This whole thing, I was wanting to give the commentary team a chance, and this is the reason that Raw was not good for me, because I can't stand how much Vince McMahon is manipulating the commentary team, where it's just not a pleasant sight. Not sight.
You don't tell two
experience.
You don't tell two announcers to put down the third one all throughout the night. Not take any of his ideas, put down what he's saying, all that, and expect to have a good show. You're basically killing your own show by being fucking Vince McMahon, petty asshole shit.
I feel like we could take a whole other episode out of this alone.
Yeah.
Just, it's not good. It's not good.
That was my boiling point, where I'm just like, you know what? Screw this. I can't take it anymore. And the main event on Raw didn't help either.
Yeah, let's just get right into the setup for the main event of Raw. we apparently had some sort of a minting tournament to determine who the number one contender was going to be for the title. Earlier in the night, we had Randy Orton beating Kane by DQ to advance. We had Ryback going over Luke Harper, which is really the first match I saw of the night because I missed so much. Yes, fool.
Actually, just say the third match just because I just have to wait till you're done.
And some Samoan guy showed up and beat the Big Show, Bleed at whatever.
For the 13th time this year. Ugh.
And apparently they're going to continue with this feud since Roman Reigns isn't in the title picture. But when you said tournament, if they lost the match, were they out? Or was it just a whole thing? It didn't matter if they lost. It was just basically to beat on them.
Well, because they said first that the main event was going to be the triple threat match, and then they were like, "But we're going to have you do these matches first."
Okay, so when you said tournament, it confused me.
Yeah, those were qualifiers, and then the winners moved on to the main event.
Wait.
No,
I think they
made
was
the main event to be the triple threat match, and then they said, "But you're going to be fighting these guys first."
Oh, so that's
pretty
the
much
part I missed.
Double
earlier.
duty.
That's the part I missed earlier in the night. So really, these matches.
And if you make it through these matches, then
whoopity doo. So
yeah,
Mike,
it mattered even less.
Here's another question. I thought they announced this title match last week for Randy Orton and Seth Rollins.
I thought so on SmackDown. Yeah,
I thought they announced this already?
I thought they did, but now I guess we know for sure. I guess.
So either way, Randy Orton wins this match, and
I'm happy that we're going to see Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins again. Let's see if they can top.
And I just love that Ryback was thrown into this whole situation so he can get pinned, so you can't make Roman Reigns look bad.
Here's the deal, okay?
Better than him actually winning, but
I love the match that he had with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I wanted a bar fight. I got a bar fight. For 17 minutes, they were beating the crap out of each other, and that is what should have. And that's what should have happened. Okay, you do the right thing. You have Seth Rollins come in, cash in, and he doesn't pin the champion. He pins Roman Reigns. Okay, I'm happy that that's what happened. Okay, and I'm happy that Roman Reigns is out of the title picture for now. Okay,
which is what he needs right now.
So,
do I care that he wasn't pinned? That he wasn't pinned in this triple threat match? No. All I care about is he's not in the title picture. Ryback is thrown in to be the sacrificial lamb. What's Ryback doing? What has he been doing? Absolutely nothing.
Bill,
so why is he?
Give me something to do.
So
Bill.
why is he even in this? Why is he even in the thing to begin with? To take the fall. I knew that from the beginning. So I'm like, okay. Randy Orton's gonna go over. Ryback's gonna take the fall. Big Show takes out Roman Reigns to further that. Seth Rollins gets one over on Randy Orton to end the show. Fine. Same old shit. Okay, that's it.
I thought they were going to do some kind of twist, because I'm like, wait, didn't they announce this match last week? And I thought maybe they're going to pull something different, and then when the whole Authority came out during the triple threat match, I just thought they were going to end the show with the Authority taking all three guys out, and just be a fatal four-way at Extreme Rules. Wrong. I was dead wrong.
Ain't wrong.
I was more than wrong. I was like, oh good, we get to see Ryback actually do something, and he's actually in the title pick. Oh.
No, he's not.
No.
Not really.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
I knew that he was in it to take the fall because it was totally random. It was out of nowhere.
Well, he was in
what?
He was in the six-man tag match.
He was in the six-man tag match.
It made sense for him to be there.
And that was random, too. I'm like, he just shows up out of nowhere. What's he been doing? He's been doing nothing the last month. And all of a sudden, he's like, he's in the six-man main event.
Well, you know what? It's not really that far-fetched because I'm Ryback and I've been having my whole history against the Authority, and Randy Orton's having a whole history against the Authority. So I think I'm going to go help you. And when
you're facing the Authority, feed me more.
I'm going to do what I did with John Cena versus The Shield back in, what was it? couple of years ago. Maybe this will probably lead to another heel turn. Where were you, Randy, when I was getting attacked by the Oh, God, what am I saying?
Stop it.
Oh, no. I don't want it that. As an interesting storyline as that was, it went nowhere for Ryback. No.
It turned into,
what I said.
I don't like bullies.
No. But you know what? I actually do like that they're actually putting him in some kind of, like, sort of in the title picture, but now it's going to lead to absolutely nothing. Now he...
For right now.
Who's he... Like, at least looks like they're giving Roman Reigns and the Big Show again. What are they going to do with Ryback? Make him face J&J Security? No.
Luke Harper?
I'd be down for some Ryback Luke Harper battles.
Ryback versus Luke Harper, #1 contenders match at Extreme Rules for the Intercontinental title. Bam. It's something.
Well, the fact that they're keeping Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and Ziggler in the Intercontinental title picture, I don't think...
Well, to keep Roman Reigns out of the title picture, why not Ryback versus Luke Harper, #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title? Ooh. And then you give Ryback against Seth Rollins a couple months, and then...
They're not going to keep Roman Reigns out of the title picture.
And then see where Roman Reigns is at.
I don't think they're going to keep Roman Reigns out of the title picture like that.
I think that Roman Reigns wants a triple threat match for the title.
I think once Randy Orton they do this whole thing with Randy Orton and Seth Rollins actually defeats him. I actually think they're going to keep Roman Reigns and Ryback in the title picture and have those three go at it.
What I want to see at SummerSlam is I want to see a triple threat match. The Shield going for the title. Because they're talking that Dean Ambrose is getting a huge push going into SummerSlam.
I certainly hope so. I'm not just saying that as a Dean Ambrose guy. I'm hoping they just do more with him, just so if they do want to end up making a Shield triple threat match as some sort of big end game thing, they're gonna, at this point where Dean Ambrose is now, they're gonna have to push him up a lot. Because
one thing Roman Reigns said in the lead up to WrestleMania on like interviews and stuff is at some point at a WrestleMania he wants for the title Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose main event.
Wait, who said wanted this?
Roman Reigns wanted it.
Oh, yeah.
At some point at a WrestleMania, and I'd be like that would be awesome because that is given story on a plate.
I remember when the Shield first broke up, I thought that was actually going to be the main event for this past WrestleMania. That's what I thought was going to happen. Until Brock Lesnar showed up and be like, nope.
It's a storyline in the build-up. It's the storyline and the build-up to the match is given to you on a plate. That's it.
Because, the plate's been sitting since God knows how long, since Seth Rollins beat Dean Ambrose in the Hell in a Cell match that made a Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Oh, speaking of Bray, just quick to stop. Quick pause on the whole main event.
Apparently, they're still going with the new Face of Fear thing.
Let's bring it home. Bring it home with a little Bray Wyatt talk. What do you got?
Where do you think he's going? Who do you think he's talking about?
I have absolutely no idea.
Because we knew
after Undertaker.
We knew where he was going after the Royal Rumble. We knew who he was talking to. Now it's like
he could be talking about anybody.
So I mean, like at this point with his ankle, okay, it's a wait and see for who he's talking about. But we'll see who he starts once he starts interrupting
stuff. Yeah,
that's when we'll figure it out. When he's just doing random promos in like a random spot, it's just, we're doing this again.
It's not even honestly at this point, since he's got a banged up ankle and we don't know how long he's going to be delayed. How much you want to bet they're just doing these generic promos just to stall for time until they fit him into something?
I think they're hinting at it already, just waiting for the right moment to actually waiting for his ankle to heal. I think they do have a plan for him. They're just waiting for his ankle to heal to do something, and they're doing what he does best, is talk on the mic.
Well, at least they're keeping him on screen. Okay, at least it wasn't like when he was gone for the repackaging after John Cena totally buried him, and he wasn't on screen for 3 months, and he came back at Hell in a Cell with the creepy Undertaker shit. which now I understand where they were going with that whole thing. But I like that they're keeping him on screen, even if it is the cryptic promos again. But I mean, where's he gonna go? Nobody knows.
You can put him in any number of places.
You can put him anywhere. He's the Elastic Man at this point. He can go anywhere on the card at this point.
Heel or face, he can go against anybody.
You can put him in the U.S. title match and have him wrestle John Cena in another title match.
No.
In a pay-per-view, you can have him put against
because we all know where that
Daniel Bryan, and
I kind of
go for the Intercontinental title. You can put him in the world title match and have him mix it up with whoever the champion is. Probably not Seth Rollins.
If they want to turn him face.
If they want to turn him face, yes.
Because that's the good thing about Bray Wyatt. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's at that point now that if he loses, he just needs to cut like 3 promos and he's got everything back. In my eyes. Okay? I got what I wanted out of that match with the Undertaker. I got the sit up out of the spider crawl. That's all I was looking for. Anything else was like, I'm cool with whatever happens at this point for me personally. Because Bray Wyatt is one of those guys you can put anywhere and it will work every time.
Yeah, I definitely like it. But you know what? There's so many different possibilities now. To our listeners, we want to know what you think. So as always, if you got some thoughts about where Bray Wyatt will go, the future of any of the titles, anything that's going on in New Japan, anything ever. Well, maybe not everything ever, but as it pertains to wrestling now.
Any climax jokes?
Yes, give us a climax joke. Drop us a line. Comment on this video. If you like what you hear, like us. Subscribe to our channel for more. Like us on Facebook at The Scholars of Wrestling Show. Look us up. Free entertainment to your Facebook wall. And, of course, we all know you need more of that. And, of course, if you're on the Twitter machine, follow us on Twitter at ScholarsOW. That's ScholarsOW. Follow us. If you're like me, and I know I am, I live tweet stuff all the time. The pay-per-views, the whatevers. Just thoughts on Raw. I know we've recently gotten into a bunch of exchanges on Twitter, you and me and Brian. It's a good time. It's another way to interact with smart wrestling fans like you, like me, like us. So guys, it's been another week in wrestling. Any final thoughts before we close?
I'm all for SmackDown going to USA.
I'm all for that too.
That's all I got.
So am I.
All your wrestling in one.
All your wrestling on one channel.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
That's all I got to say about that.
So until next week, you know who we are. You know what we do. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
What's with the creepy "you're welcome" there?
I don't know. I think someone's in the
G1
Climax.
I just felt it.
Brian, are you trying to be a new face of fear?
Yes.
Yes.
You failed miserably.